Hi friends, it's Mari here for Honeybee Stamps. I'm going to be using the Delicate Doily card base and the Love is in the Air stamp and coordinating die set today to create this really pretty purple card. This is the Delicate Doily card base die. It's really awesome. What it does is it creates a really cool circle that's in this doily shape, and it has this really fun embossing on it as well that helps you use the stencil that coordinates with this die. So here you can just see I have the stencil over top of that die cut doily piece on my waffle flower stencil mat, and I'm going to use some shaded lilac here with my Honeybee Stamps blending brush, and I'm using the ink stand there that you can see over to the right to hold my Distress Oxide ink pad in place while I use my ink. So I'm just using that shaded lilac through that stencil, and what this is going to do is just create a really pretty ink pattern on that Delicate Doily card base die piece. Now this is some Villainous Potion, which is just a gorgeous purple. I love how it works with a shaded lilac, and I just wanted to create just this really beautiful not entirely covering color over top of this card base. So it's just a little bit of color. I didn't go over all of the different areas of the stencil. As you can see, I just wanted just a little bit, and I love how that looks. Now this is some Gonzai Tombi Starry colors. This is a beautiful shimmery palette of color that Honeybee does sell in the shop. I've just watered that down a little bit, and I'm just picking up that gold pigment, kind of a champagne gold, with my fan brush, and I'm just splattering that onto my die cut card piece here just to create a little bit of shimmer and shine on this card front base. And this is just going to pop beautifully off of my card when it's all finished. You can just see how glittery and shimmery and gorgeous that is. Now these sweet little birds and florals and so on in this set are just absolutely so fun. They're beautiful. I stamped those out with my intense black Honeybee Stamps ink, and I did color those with my Copic markers off camera. I used a combination of violets and greens to create just some really pretty colors that coordinate lovely together. I love a purple and green combo. And here you can just see now I've got those ready to go, and I'm going to pop some of these pieces up on some foam adhesive and add those onto my card. Now I did add the Delicate Doily card base or card front, I should say, to my card base with a little bit of foam adhesive to give that a little bit of dimension. And now some of these other pieces I'm also popping up with foam so that my card front is quite dimensional. I really like that look myself, but you could actually add these on flat if you wanted to. I'm just going to tape my card shut here so that it's just easier for me to work on this. And here you can just see I'm going to add some of these florals and some of the leaves around that little branch cluster, just so that my little bird has a place to be as the other little bird flies in with a really lovely little note for this sweet little bird on the branch. So here you can just see I'm popping some of these other little bits up on foam as well. And I don't end up using all of these die cut pieces that I created. I will pop those into the packaging with that stamp set for another project. But I just wanted to make sure when I was stamping and coloring all of the different pieces that I had lots to use for my card when I was embellishing the card front here. So you can just see I'm just going to poke in some of those different little leaves and so on. I don't want it to be too full. I don't want there to be too much on there. I just wanted just sort of like a nice balance of the greenery and the florals around that branch. And then you can just see how that sweet little bird is just going to fit on there perfectly. It just creates just this really nice little cluster over on this lower right side of the card. Just going to add in the leaves with a little bit of tape runner and secure those in place and just continue to put my card together. I do really love my Honeybee Precision, or my Honeybee tweezers, I should say, reverse tweezers. They just really help me put all of these delicate little pieces in place. Now this little envelope, I'm just going to turn sideways so that it fits in between those two little birds. I wanted it to look like it was in the beak of that top bird, kind of like it was coming in to deliver that little message. Now this is just a little bit of shimmer pen here. I'm going to add the shimmer to all of the different areas, the leaves, the birds, the florals, and that's just going to give a little little bit of sparkle and shine to the card in all of those different areas. I really like how that looks. And I'm also taking my white gel pen and I'm just going to add some highlights to some of the different areas on my card as well, especially maybe to some of the darker areas that just need a little bit of pop of life to them. Also to the little eyes of the birds and so on, just to create just that little bit of reflection on the different areas that I have colored with my alcohol markers. I'm just going to finish that part of the process up here so you can just see. I'm just going to continue to add some of those little bits of that white gel pen in these areas. Again, to that second eye of that sweet little bird, a little bit to the beak, and so on. So love that. Now I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of gold stickle as well. I'm going to add some to the seal on that envelope there, and just here and there, just dot a little bit of gold. That is really going to complement the splatter of the Gonzai Tombi watercolor that I've splattered on, and it just brings a little bit of sparkle and shine again to the different areas with that gold. I love how the gold looks with the green and the purple. I just think that it's just very complementary for the colors that I've chosen here, and you'll just see I'm going to continue to dot that around the different areas on my card. So I'm just going to show you up close how really pretty that looks, and just really loving how that's coming together. This is the Hello Sweetheart stamp set. This is beautiful. I love that large heart floral piece, but I also really love the sentiments in this set as well. So I've stamped out from my heart to yours, and I have I can't remember if I heat embossed this or not, but it is definitely stamped in black ink. I want to pop this up in some foam adhesive, so I've applied that adhesive to the back. Of course, you can see that this sentiment is die cut out perfectly because the Hello Sweetheart stamp set has a coordinating die set that die cuts out all of the sentiments as well, which I think is perfect, and it makes it so easy to add a sentiment like this to my card. So I've just popped that up, like I said, on a little bit of dimensional adhesive. I also wanted to add a little bit of dimension to the eyes of my sweet little birds with some Nouveau glaze, and that's going to be the finishing touch for my card. I have linked up to all of the products that I've used for my project in the description box below, so make sure you check that out. I had so much fun making this for you today, friends. I hope you enjoyed it too. I hope you were inspired, and I'll see you soon. Have an amazing day. Bye-bye.